Hey, this is Coach Holloway here. Just finished my workout and Bible study with Coach Holloway here in my neighborhood. Have been having 5 or 6 students come out and just having a workout and then a short Bible study afterwards. And I just finished 4 sets of 12 different stations over here, and just had a good time sharing with the students. And they were listening and attentive, and the parents in the neighborhood are grateful also, and they've told me so. Listen, man, since this COVID thing came up, it has shut down a lot of things, but it should be the thing that has opened our eyes to the fact that the gospel is to be going out into the world rather than us Christians just going into a building and sitting there and being happy with just sitting there, man. The mission field, I know there's arguments for the mission field is inside the church, but listen, man, the mission field is outside the church. Jesus called us to go to the harvest field, and that's where he's called us. And so that's why this summer and during this COVID time, I said I'm going to reach out to the students here in my neighborhood and see if I can get some kids who want to work out and have a Bible study. And sure enough, they've come. I also been doing Zoom meetings and FaceTime with students on the wrestling team that I help coach, and with other men in other states. And so the COVID thing hasn't slowed disciple making down. It won't if you don't want it to. I mean, you can find an excuse. You can find some reason to not, fulfill the Great Commission. But with technology these days, it doesn't have to. In fact, since the COVID thing has happened, I've added 2 more men that I'm discipling, and it's all because of technology. And we're just meeting every week and going through some discipleship material. And so the COVID thing hasn't slowed disciple making down, and it shouldn't. So Jesus said in Matthew 28 to go into the world and make disciples of all nations. And so as you're going, I don't know what your as you go is. My as you go is teacher and coach and bus driver, and I live in the neighborhood. So my as you go is those things there, and I'm just using those things to influence students and reach out and share the gospel. So Acts 22 through 24, man, Paul said, I'm going to the world and I'm going to fulfill the call that God put on my life. In Acts 1:8, we've been given the power to go. And then John 10:16, we see in Matthew 28 also, we see that Jesus is out there ahead of us. He's already working. All we got to do is step out and join him in what he's already doing. So whether you're a carpenter or a plumber or an attorney or whatever your occupation is, or whatever your hobby is, maybe your hobby is CrossFit, maybe your hobby is baking, man, you can use that to influence people with the gospel. And I'd love to share with you how to do that. Maybe you've heard that line from Billy Graham where he said, that a coach will influence more people in one season than most Christians do in a lifetime. Now, I understand what he's saying, that coaches need to be using their influence. But listen, if that's true, man, that's sad. That's sad that we got thousands and hundreds of thousands and millions of Christians going into a building on Sundays, but they won't influence anybody when they walk out of the building. That's really a sad. Man, I hope it's true that coaches are influencing their athletes and their team. But man, think about that. What a sad commentary that we as believers have no greater vision than to walk into a building. In fact, when we walk outside of the building, we lose our vision. And in fact, that's where Jesus called us to go. So, listen, Jesus is out there ahead of us. We've been given the call. We've been given the power. He's out there ahead of us. He's already working. Ephesians 3:20 and 21 says he's already out there. And listen, coaches, with the school year upon us, man, just a week or two and school's going to be starting, man. I'm praying that you're going to use your influence as a teacher and a coach to reach students for Jesus Christ. And I would love to help you do that.